All right, today we call it Follow-Up Thursday. These are the days that you email us and you're like, Bert, you forgot to tell us about blank. And this one had everything to do about shooting your shot.
All right, Brittany had a huge crush on this guy named Mark who lived in her apartment building. And she knew almost everything about him except whether or not he had a girlfriend. So she reached out to us for help. So Tommy went above and beyond pretending to be from an Australian morning show.
I forgot that.
To get answers from Mark after he tracked him down online. So after a few questions, Mark confessed to having a crush on a woman who matched Brittany's description. But Mark was under the impression that she had a boyfriend because of a guy he always saw her with. And then Brittany confirmed that man he saw was her brother. But now she has one thing left to do, land a date with Mark. So what's the update?
All right, what happened with Brittany? Hi, Bert Show. First of all, thank you so much for giving me the in with Mark. Yep. We are seeing each other.
Oh, hey.
It's casual. We're not boyfriend-girlfriend yet, but that's been okay with me. I will say that we did kind of have a bumpy start. I was absolutely racking my brain to figure out how to make it obvious to him that the guy he'd seen me with around the building was my brother. I was coming up totally blank and almost gave up. Then October hit. One of our neighbors is pretty gung-ho about Halloween and immediately put up a pumpkin out. So one day, we both happened to be walking out the door at the same time. I noticed the Halloween decor and used it as a conversation starter, asking him what his plans were for Halloween. He told me he didn't have any yet, and it immediately came to me. I told him that my brother had invited me to a Halloween party he was hosting, and then casually said something like, "Oh, you must have seen my brother. He comes around to visit me all the time."
Mm-hmm.
I won't lie. I shoehorned the comment in pretty awkwardly, but Mark instantly got it. It actually was kind of smooth.
You must have seen my brother around. He comes to visit me all the time.
I swear he smiled so big. We kept the conversation going, and at the end, he went for it. He asked me to grab a drink with him.
Get it, girl.
The man knew how to take a sign. I was so excited, but that wasn't my last awkward moment, unfortunately. Now, before I tell y'all this, I want you to know that it is not my fault, and I honestly blame both you guys and Mark for what happened. The night before our first date, I was so nervous. So like any normal girl, I binged a whole wheel of, brie
cheese.
Brie, okay. Even though eating cheese that late in the evening always gives me nightmares. What? And that night was no different. I had a dream that I was on our first date, but instead of Mark sitting in front of me, it was my brother.
Oh, no.
It was freakily romantic, and we even kissed at the end.
Oh, no.
Obviously, I am now scarred for life. I could not stop thinking about it on our first date, which I feel like kind of made me come off awkward. Fortunately, he didn't seem to notice, and we've been going strong ever since. I'm only just processing that nightmare. Cheers, Brittany.
Who has nightmares after eating brie cheese?
What?
Is that a thing?
I guess so.
I've heard that like eating a heavy meal, like a steak or something like that, and you go to sleep and
Oh no, cheese gives me the weirdest dreams.
What?
Really?
Oh my God. If I wake up, I'm like, oh yeah, I ate cheese.
Really?
Now, it's not like a bite of cheese or a slice of pizza. It's got to be like heavy cheese consumption, but it is the most cracked out, realistic, vivid, weird nightmare dreams you've ever seen. Yes, absolutely. I can confirm.
The only nightmare I'm experiencing after a block of cheese is what's going on the toilet later.
The only one.
But you know, at some point you make the decision, like, I know this is going to hurt, but I don't care.
I like it too much.
The Bert Show.